All right, yo, it's your boy Yosh Kid Neo, and we are back in the world of Boridil, the adventures, or no, not old campaign, whoops, Ruination of Boridil. And today's session, I believe, will be mostly RP. There is the chance of a battle, and I'll actually be putting a bunch of walls on this while we get, to that part. But yeah, it should be a good time. So hope you enjoy, and we'll go ahead and get straight into it.
And she's like the SpongeBob ones. It's so much better.
Yeah, they didn't they do a Pokemon one once or something?
Oh, I'm sure. And
I
then
could've
your
sworn I
parents
had
were
that.
probably always like, it's too expensive, it's more. And it's like 30 cents more per box.
Right. Yeah.
Hi, Cece. Cece has come for her D&D pets.
And screams.
Yes. Okie dokie. Well, let us go ahead and get into it. So last session, you guys were heading into the city of Krago. And you had just been teleported by your good old pal Tolktir, right after receiving the brunt of a ancient red dragon's fire breath attack. So all of you are sizzled, all of you are hurt, and Tolktir got you guys out of there and put you right outside of the city of Krakow, in a small little oasis, so that you could catch your breath, especially with the hour of day that it was, aka nighttime. As Tolktir got ready to bring up the tiny hut, you guys kind of just started to take in your surroundings a bit. You could see the city in the far reaches, probably no more than a mile away from your current location. Once the hut was up, you all went inside to start your long rest. In the middle of such, Lightbringer was tormented by nightmares. He was essentially reliving the events that brought him to where he is now in terms of what happened to his family. He was being plagued by the memory of his wife and child being killed in front of him. And then he woke up. And as he woke up, he left the tiny hut to go get some fresh air, and there a figure was waiting for him. A figure by the name of Zilid, who had come with a message. He came to tell Lightbringer that he has been sent by Hell's Collector to receive Lightbringer and add him to the collection. This didn't make any sense to Lightbringer at first, but Zilla did lead on to say that it's kind of random and sporadic how he's had to essentially change who he's been hunting to Lightbringer all of a sudden, and this must be the devil, that the card that he drew, this must be them coming to collect him as a person. But Zillid claimed that he liked to play with his food before taking them down into the depths of hell. So he dueled with Lightbringer to see what he was capable of. He ended up letting Lightbringer get a couple free shots to see what his power was, see what he was capable of. Well, ultimately, Lightbringer fell to the power of Zillid. And as that happened, as he came tumbling to the ground, the rest of you were awoken by the screams, or just by the chaos that was going on outside. And he looked towards the magic hut and let you all know that when he comes back, he'll be bringing friends, and he might actually add all of you to the collection. A nice little bonus. And then he left through a portal that he had made on top of the water of the oasis. You guys dragged Lightbringer back into the hut for safety, and you healed him but he wasn't having any of it, and he ended up going right outside and laying in the sand for the night, which went on without any other hindrances. You all awoke, rested, and ready to go. The tiny hut came down. You headed into town, and at this point, you met a gentleman named Gleph. Gleph was a beggar, a very dirty man wearing barely any rags for clothing. And you guys were desperate for information, and he was the first person you saw. And you gave him a silver, which he claimed would feed his family for a couple days. And then Jimothy gave him a whole platinum, in which he claimed he'd be able to actually free his family and buy them back. He was very excited about this. He showed you directly to the inn, which was what you guys were asking him, a location known as the Pinned Cushion. And afterwards he had left. You guys noticed that a lot of people were staring at you all and sizing you up, seeing what all you had to offer them, perhaps. You guys went inside of the Pinned Cushion, where it was pretty much instead of a bunch of tables littered about, it's a bunch of really comfortable silken cushions and pillows that are all sort of gathered in a sort of circular area with a large hookah in the middle of it. Smaller tables are littered about in these sections, but the place seems to be a location where you come to take in other substances than alcohol. As you guys were greeted by the innkeeper Nimbisk, he offered you all spirits and food, as well as some hookah, which you all wanted to partake in a bit of each of it. And as you got settled, another voice came out, the voice of this here Tabaxi, who claimed that he could help you with the information that you seek. He could find the people you needed to talk to in order for you guys to essentially complete whatever objectives it is that you came to Krago for. And he would do it all for a price. As Nimbus came back to essentially see if you needed him to be ran off, you all told him that it would be perfectly fine. And Nimbus gave you your spirits. He started the hookah. He gave you a bit of food, and then he went to go fetch a very expensive cheese wheel that Tabaxi had wanted and had put on y'all's tab for you. But Tabaxi answered a lot of your questions. He gave you a lot of insight, and he agreed to take you to a Madame Clementine, one of the folks that Jimothy was told could help him out. But one thing is that Tabaxi claimed that you shouldn't say her full name. You refer to her as the Madam and nothing more, unless, of course, you're in her presence. Tabaxi would take you there, but he would not join you inside of her abode because he fears her. As you guys were about to leave and head towards Madame Clementine, there was a bit of a scuffle at the bar. Tabaxi had offered for you all to buy the next round, and a gentleman there, rather rude, essentially made his presence known to you and said that folks that come around slinging their pockets of coin tend to be visited much more frequently in the night. And you guys didn't really take to that threat very nicely, but Nimbisk assured you that there was to be no violence inside of his inn, else he called the guards. So you guys let it go with threats at one another, and essentially told them, yeah, come to our room, like we'll meet you there and we'll take you out. As you guys were leaving, Tolktir went to the bathroom, and as he was coming out, actually, was it was it Jimothy that noticed Sane first, or was it Tolktir? One of the two noticed this woman sitting in the corner by herself, sipping her drink.
Jimothy.
Okay, I thought so. Jimothy went up to her and started to talk to her, which she didn't really say anything. Or no, she was eyeing you guys as you left. That's what it was. And Jimothy went up to confront her about it, in which she didn't say anything. And Tolktir, as he was coming out of the restroom, Tolktir joined the conversation, and you guys learned that her name is Sane. That she doesn't really want to have to meet you guys on official business in the future. So she hopes that you guys keep a low profile or something along those lines. And you ended up leaving. From this point, there were a couple folks that were following you to Madame Clementine. But by the time you guys got to the direction of where Madame Clementine was apparently located, they had left. And Tabaxi had told you that it was more than likely out of fear. Not many people go to Madame Clementine and enjoy what it is that they find. Nonetheless, you all headed in and you spoke with Madame Clementine. I believe the bouquet that you guys all got, Trina had given to her and was received a question in terms of where Mal is located. You know that he is in the clutches of a blue dragon named Nindarog. And he's at the mountain within the middle of the desert, which I think I actually named it, but I can't find my notes on it. For now, we'll call it the Sandy Peaks. So Mal, who is Trina's current objective, I guess you could say, is within the Sandy Peaks somewhere, being held by a blue dragon. Jimothy had some questions, and he gave, instead of a bouquet of flowers, since he didn't have any, he gave Madame Clementine a viewing of his memories, in which she could confirm that, yes, no hags have been harmed in the making of this film. Well, I mean, they've been harmed, but you know what I mean. So now Jimothy knows that his toe belongs to Madame Clementine, but she needs Jimothy to bring a very peculiar flower, which I actually called the wrong name during the session. It's actually called a Neverbloom. So she gave Jimothy a Neverbloom and said that she needs a specific person within the city to consume it. Doesn't matter how he does it. She just needs a gentleman named Omalin to consume the Neverbloom. And if he can do that, she will give Jimothy his next toe. I don't believe anyone else asked any questions. I know Babushka was going to go get another bouquet and bring it to Madame because she didn't want to give up anything, I think, or let her look into her past. So you guys ended up leaving after Madame Clementine showed you her operation and how these Neverblooms come to be. And you saw the people that paid more than they bargained for, and that they were essentially captivated by Madame Clementine and forced to labor in her cavern farm, or whatever you want to call it. And as you guys left Madame Clementine's humble abode, you talked with each other, and that is where we will begin our session. Let me bring us to Drago. Okay. So you guys are heading back towards Crago at this moment, just leaving Madame Clementine's, and it's like probably a 10-minute walk outside of the town, so it does take a wee bit of time to get there. As you're headed that way, though, you guys all start to hear, what is it called? You start to hear shouting And as you look towards the direction of the shouting, it's actually coming towards more of the east, towards the oasis that you guys had originally come from. And there you can see Lightbringer. And he currently seems to be arguing with somebody. You can't see who it is because of the slopes of the sand. It almost looks from this direction that Lightbringer is just yelling at the sky.
I go up to approach him.
Good. At least we don't have to go look for him.
Right? Let's check it out.
So as you guys start to approach Lightbringer, you can hear him saying or shouting at the top of his lungs, "Shut up, you don't know anything." "Oh, but I think I do. You're a puny, pathetic little man." As you guys come around the sort of slope of sand, you see a tiefling. She's got a club at her side, and she's got gold tattoos across her body. And she seems to be standing off against Lightbringer. You can see that it almost is as if they're squaring up and just seeing who is more intimidating at this point. You guys have no idea exactly what is going on. "What did you really come to Krago for? Don't lie to me this time. There's no daughters to be found here. And if they are, they've been sold to the slave trade long ago. I'm afraid you're too late. You miserable oof."
You don't know anything.
"Oh, but I know a lot more than you do. I live here. You're an outsider, and by the looks of it, you don't seem to have much coin. You're not going to get a lot done here in the city of Krago. But perhaps if you would listen to me, if you would offer your services, I could change that."
What could there be that you need from me?
"Not much. But perhaps maybe you wouldn't mind a suicide mission?" The tiefling
Suicide.
peers over your shoulder and sees your group as they're approaching. "Ah, more outsiders."
What is going on?
"Oh, your
What is
friend
that?
here was asking directions to the wrong person. I'm not a charity. Nor is the city. If you want information, you're gonna have to pay a hefty sum." And he didn't want to foot the bill. He's a cheapskate, and a coward at that.
You call me a coward one more time.
And she grabs her club off of the side of her waist and sort of smacks it against her hand. "Coward."
I
Lightbringer.
he goes, ma'am, I can pay you with Tipidus.
Oh, now someone's speaking in the language of Krago.
Tipidus dick, and I give like the X chop on my.
Oh my god.
And she sits there and she kind of chuckles and it's like, "You've got a lot of spunk for being so short. I'm sure your Tipidus isn't in large supply either."
Proportional.
Yeah, so, and she looks at her pinky, she's like, not even enough to scratch the surface.
Yeah, yours.
Regardless, if you don't pay anything, if you don't pay asking price, you get no information. But I will tell you this. You're not going to last long here in Krago. More than likely, your pockets are going to be emptier by the time you leave the city, whenever that is. So if I were you, and this is free advice, one of the few commodities of Krago, I would simply leave. Your type will not survive here. She puts her club back onto her waist, and she turns around. But if you wish to find me, ask the gods for the Forsaken. They'll lead you my way. And as she's walking away, she sort of has her hand up in the air as if she's waving, and then she ends it off with a middle finger, and then starts to giggle. Pathetic fools.
I like
Just
her.
clenching his fists.
Who is that? Lightbringer?
What was that about?
And Lightbringer, her name is Zelith.
That bitch called herself Zelith. We're just asking her some questions.
You know, guys, I don't really understand because we're basically like dragon slaying caliber. We killed a Glavenus, all right? We're like these high caliber people, and they're saying like people like us don't survive. How do people come into the city if they like just are normal people?
I don't think they do.
Well, then how are there people here?
We aren't.
I think they're the ones that tend to not eat other people, but like, you know what I mean. They're the ones that prey on the weak.
If this city is full of people of our fighting prowess, then everybody's dead.
I honestly don't give a damn. They step in my way, I'm gonna strike them down.
Cool.
You just don't let them grift you. It's the main thing.
What were you all doing?
Well, we went to town. Went to the inn. Got some information on some leads for our.
Met a hag, you know, the usual.
Met another one, yeah.
Another hag.
Hey, do you guys think those were her legs, or do you think she's standing on a bunch of like zombie children?
Hard to say. I didn't want to look too closely.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I looked to library. They had a lot of feet, I think.
My guess is zombie children.
And teeth. Oof.
But
Two
yeah, we have a few leads.
Well, I'm glad you all have met them locals so far. So,
It hasn't been pleasant.
when is it ever? So,
You know, one of these days I would like it to be at some point, but you're right. I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Noted.
So, what were you doing out in the desert?
I had to clear my head.
Okay.
Are you feeling better?
Nowhere near.
Oh.
But I'm better than when I was when I first went unconscious.
That's good.
So that's good. So, Lightbringer like cracks his knuckles. What's next? What's the plan?
Well, aside from our leads, we have a few people that want to follow us and steal our money because we met with what would you call him? A vagrant. We probably gave him a little too much money. People noticed. We flashed our money in the pincushion, the bar / inn we went to, and people saw us there with money. So they said they would come for us. We don't know yet, but one of them that was trying to threaten us. He did have a lot of. He looked like he had a lot of value and wealth in his weapons. So I propose I have an idea, basically. We can set a trap for them. We can go camp out in the Oasis tonight and wait for them to come. Or actually, no, it would be tomorrow because I have to prepare those spells. But would you, other than that,
So already paid for the inn.
yeah, we have the inn paid for tonight and tomorrow, I think, or is it just tonight?
Tonight?
Then let's stay at the inn.
Yeah,
I believe
had
y'all
to kill
just
the
paid
people
for
that
a
wanna-
day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
And then
would
later.
like to kill whoever tries to rob us.
Oh, more will do so. We'll try to at least.
He
But,
had jeweled
try
crest
to.
of dagger.
No, I
Boy,
will.
here I go killing again.
I'm gonna send him to hell.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. Well, in the meantime, we got some leads with Bushka's family, where the potential genie to reverse the wishes. Trina, you need to go to the mountains.
Yep.
And
Same
there's
with
also,
Pink.
yeah, same with Bushka. I need to get there. There's potentially something in the mountain for me. There might be genie there, but there's definitely a genie in the plateau for me. And then Jim, he has to convince a wealthy trader to eat or drink, ingest a flower.
Yeah.
And then if he does that,
I don't know how to do that, man.
I could
Well.
perhaps make a suggestion.
Yeah, maybe get Hannibal back.
Toasted.
Well, I would,
Never.
if you're Lightbringer, if you're talking about using magic, I would advise against it. Apparently, the traders, the merchants here, they also are wizards.
What's
or
going on, Bill?
magic.
How you doing, my dude?
They know magic, and or the people that work around them know magic, so they would see us trying to charm them.
The White Ghost is here. Have you heard of them before? It
Oh, yeah,
should be in his notes.
Yes. Or no, Lightbringer wouldn't know the White Ghost.
Yeah, but Hannibal was there with us. He would have put it in his journal, right?
Yeah, related.
Or was he only writing about us?
He's only writing about y'all.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Well, that's actually, yeah, I would say that Trina can still say, oh yeah, it should be in his journal. And then Lightbringer can be like, ha, no.
No. I don't know anything about that.
What else? So my thing's well, the bandit, the thieves that want to rob us, to ambush them or reverse trap them. That's going to take until tomorrow night. In the meantime, I think it's more than a day's journey to any more other destinations. We also need to find travel. Think animals I saw around
So
here.
basically what you're saying is we need to make preparations before we go doing any travel.
Mm-hmm.
I need a drink.
I can dig it.
We can go back to the,
How exciting.
the old.
Also, congrats on number
And then,
2 being on the way, dude.
maybe
exciting
we talk to
news.
that Tabaxi again.
Are y'all
about,
hoping for boy or
Jim's,
girl?
Proposition we received.
Gotta at least know who the dude is, you know.
Yeah. We should definitely do some recon on him.
Oh, and then maybe we should go shopping as well since we're in town.
Yeah, let's get some stuff. They can't steal our money if we don't have any left.
They can steal everything that we bought it with.
And also, we'll further put more of a target on our backs because you are buying a lot of things.
Well, I think it's the shopkeepers don't mind too much, but it's mainly the random people that see. It's mainly when platinum gets thrown around. Gold. They
Oh,
don't
I
care
know.
too
Why
much.
don't we just call the guards?
Do you think the guards are any less corrupt than anyone else in this city?
Yeah.
Snitches get
saying.
stitches.
They're like, we'll call the guards. It's like, well, what if we called the guards?
I don't think they're here for our benefit. I think they're here for the city's benefit.
Somebody's gonna try and rob us, and we'll be like, "Oh, guards, guards!" They'll be like,
Seems kind of
What?
interesting to kill all the people that are bringing money to this area.
I wouldn't say kill, but probably just rough us up, rough them up, and then tell us to shut up.
I don't think that's the main place of revenue either.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't they all say that this is a huge slave market here?
That exists some capacity, but I'm sure there's like the flower lady who was saying someone who just bought her entire stock out just to impress somebody. So people here buy things and use things in abundance. So, but yeah, there's lots of things.
I could dig that, dude. I'm pulling for a girl for y'all too, so you can have the one of each.
Regardless,
But I guess,
we wanna head
yeah,
out to the
time will
shops.
tell.
Okay,
Sure.
well, let's go.
Okie dokie. All right, so as you guys walk into town, you head into. You probably would go towards the location where you bought the bouquets, or would you be looking for other spots? It is a fairly large town.
Did we not see Tabaxi at all on our way in? Or did he like leave?
I believe he told you that he would
Meet us
meet
back
you
at the hotel?
guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
At the
Okay.
pinned cushion whenever you're ready. So, in theory, you could go back there to grab him.
Yeah, let's go back and grab
Let's
him.
do that, so then maybe we can get some recon in at the same time.
Yeah. And then Babs, we can also ask him about where potentially your people might be in the market.
What?
I thought that people were at the mountain.
Oh, I thought they were sold and I could have asked who bought them.
Oh, ask the lady, the hag.
Mhm.
Yeah, she
Oh,
needs
gotcha.
flowers.
Well, she needs flowers, so I guess there's our answer.
Yeah. Tally ho. Skedaddle. Mush. March.
Library just grumbles and just starts walking.
Okay. So, you guys start heading your way towards the pinned cushion. Lightbringer, this is your first time in the city. You're noticing a lot of different things the rest of the party have already seen. You do notice that the outskirts of the town, instead of being built like a wall or anything like that, they're actually, the wall is made up of all the small houses and such. So the outskirts are sort of like made out of these clay homes. Or I guess the outside of the city is made of these clay stone, combination of homes. Whereas the outskirts are these like shacks made out of mud and sticks and debris like that. As you navigate your way through the maze of alleyways, you get into the sort of central circle of the city, which you can tell on this side of things is definitely a lot more upkept. Most of the flooring and roads are sort of cobblestone, and the houses that are closer inward towards the city are definitely made out of finer materials and finer craftsmanship. You get to the pinned cushion, and as you walk inside, you see Tabaxi is sitting in the spot where you guys had met him, and he's eaten probably about a quarter of that cheese wheel.
Hope you're not lactose intolerant, I say as I approach him.
Tabaxi is not. He used to be, but I've made a couple inquiries on how to overcome such a misguided bit of, I guess, metabolism. I pop a couple pills before taking these things, and boom, no more runny nose, if you know what I mean.
There you go.
So, how did your meeting with the madam go? It seems like all of you remain intact. It's kind of odd. She not want anything from you? I can dig that. I think we're gonna set for 2, but I don't know when we're gonna have
we
them.
could give something for she took.
Sounds like you're asking a question without pain.
Oh yeah.
So you did actually meet her.
It's for the tip on the flowers.
You're welcome. I'm here to help. I am your guide, and you have paid me fine. And he takes some more of the cheese and starts stuffing it down his mouth. So, now that you're back, I guess, is there anything else that you would like for Tabaxi to show you in the city?
We're hoping you can show us some of the market, some of the shops.
Now, is it more for items or people?
Well, items for
Items.
some of us. People for leads on people.
Ah. So you don't want to partake in slave trade, but you just want to try to find someone specific? That is a little trickier. And he starts to look around and gauge the audience that's in the spot or in the pinned cushion. And as he does so, he grabs the hookah, takes a big hit, and as he lets it out, he blows it above you guys so that the smoke kind of, I guess, shields his face. The slave trade, it's not easy to get information on the ongoings of who's sold to who and where they're going. For that, we would need to hire a insider. Or perhaps an outsider that's good with their hands, if you understand my meaning.
Good with their hand.
And Tabaxi probably knows somebody that has gone in on occasion, knows exactly where the ledgers will be told or being held, but they are not cheap. If you thought Tabaxi was spending your coin, Light will spend a lot of your coin. It's not to say that it's not worth it, though. So yes, if you are looking for someone in particular, Tabaxi can show you exactly who will help you find them. Otherwise, he shrugs, you might as well assume they're dead, because you're not going to meet them anymore.
Bringer interrupts. I'm sorry, who's this guy?
Oh, this is our, he approached us. He's an informant about the town information.
He's a cat person.
His name's Tabaxi.
I am not a cat person.
Lightbringer, this is, Tabaxi. Tabaxi, this is Lightbringer.
Nice to meet you, but you look so glum. Where's the light in you?
Some events transpired. Not in very much of a happy mood right now.
Tabaxi understands. Perhaps maybe some cheese could
It is
brighten
very
your
good
mood.
cheese.
Very good cheese indeed.
Lightbringer goes in and grabs some while still grumbling to himself.
And yeah, it is some fine cheese.
It's not bad. And he turns away, looks around.
I can tell you want more of it, don't you? It is the finest cheese in all of Krago, after all.
Sure. And grabs a little more.
And as you're munching on the cheese, it definitely is some really good ass cheese. You're kind of surprised at how good it is.
Damn. This is some good ass cheese.
Tabaxi told you.
Are there any random random people in this area right now?
I mean, they're within a stone's throw away.
I'll walk over to a random person. He's like, how can you tell me how good this cheese was?
And they kind of look at you like you're interrupting something that they were in deep conversation about, and they just look at you up and down. You lost, peasant?
I smack him, motherfucker. Good ass cheese.
You you smack him, and they go, "Ha! I've been assaulted! Guards! Guards!" And they run out, and you can see them pulling out pockets, out of their pockets, a coin pouch. "Guards, that man has assaulted me!"
I'm still like licking my fingers. Some good ass cheese, man. Yo, how come you didn't tell me how good this cheese was?
And at this point, the innkeeper Nimbus comes over and he's like, "What are you doing? Are you mad?"
Well, emotionally, yeah. But I'm not crazy.
"You
I'm
must
sort of like
be
one
for
cheese.
slapping that merchant. He's part
Hey,
of the
look.
Royal Apocalypse Guild."
Oh. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. Some good ass cheese, though.
A pair of guards walk in. They've got their scimitars drawn, and the merchant that you slapped comes in, holding his cheek, and he's like, "There!" And he points right to you, Lightbringer. "He's the man that assaulted me. He tried to steal from me. He wanted every coin that I had." And the guards look at each
Oh.
other, and they start walking towards you.
Lightbringer's like still like munching on cheese. Oh, steal? What do I need from you?
"Sir, there appears to be a problem. Perhaps maybe you could lighten your pockets to make this problem go away."
Lighten my pockets.
Cast
know what?
fireball.
Still licking my cheese fingers. You know what? I could do that. How's a couple platinum sound?
And they look towards the merchant, and he nods his head, like, very hurriedly, "Yes, I'm sure that that'll do."
Cool. Well, I'm glad this misunderstanding can be resolved. I pull out
Yes.
4 platinum.
And you hand it in the guard's hands. One of them takes 2 of it, gives it to the merchant, and then he splits the other one with the other guard and puts it in his pocket. "You have a wonderful day here in the city of Craigo." And they leave.
You as well.
And the merchant, he looks towards you, and just the sheer, I guess, muscle mass that you are, he then looks towards his hookah, and he hurriedly leaves the pinned cushion.
And at that point, Lightbringer starts smiling again. Oof.
"Ah, it
Sorry,
seems your friend Lightbringer has learned the ways of Craigo rather fast. I would suggest you try to teach your dwarven friend about the ways. He doesn't seem to understand just yet. He's gonna get himself in trouble before you do, that's for sure."
Oh.
Well, I'd
see.
suggest you stop slapping random people because you don't know
yeah.
who could actually kill you.
Oh yeah.
Lightbringer like shrugs his shoulders. Hey, I mean, they should have told me how good the cheese was.
I think that's a
Lightbringer-
ridiculous request.
Lightbringer, slap whoever you want.
Well, after that whole incident, I feel a lot better now. So, he claps loud. All right, let's get to business.
Okay.
We could play a game. Who can slap the most people?
I don't like this game.
Mm.
If you guys start getting into fights, I'm not going to defend you.
That's
I
saying.
know. I know.
Cool.
I fucking
Yep.
know.
I'm
Awesome.
glad that you know. We're very,
Glad
very
you know.
ecstatic.
That's what we're best at, is not helping each other fight when it's dire. It's
Your own personal battles, yes, that we don't know about, and
Except we
Yes.
just
Yeah.
asked you not to get into fights. So if you start
Exactly.
getting into fights,
Oh,
then we're not gonna
even if
defend
we
you.
all decide to go in a fight, I know that you guys aren't gonna be there. So it's I
God
know.
thank you for
damn, man.
understanding.
I just know already, so it's fine.
but
At
you
least
know.
now I know.
I know, right?
Well, you already knew the whole
Squid Games is strong with
Yeah,
this
that's what I'm
group.
Making sure that you guys know it's very clear.
Well, all I know is I feel like killing some things now. After all, I do have a personal goal. I must get stronger. So, what are we gonna do about that? I feel like killing things.
Okay.
Well,
Careful. They're not gonna help you out though.
ignoring Jim's comments, I am not ready unless you want to do that thing we discussed now without the preparation for tonight. But I'd rather go to the shop and shop
Whatever
around.
preparation that needs to be done. I still need my drink though.
You get your drink.
All right. Sir, Khajiit or Tabaxi?
Yes, that's me.
So where can I get some mead around here? Or something strong?
Well, whatever you need, just ask Nimbus. He can supply it if you've got the coin, which, from what Tabaxi has noticed, as well as all the patrons, you have.
Yes. Excuse me. And he walks over and trying to look for a Nimbus. I'm thirsty. I need something to quench my thirst. Please, please, I can't breathe.
And what
My
is
throat
it
is so
that you
dry.
would like?
Oh, pleasure. Thank you for asking. I would like a couple of cups of mead.
Yes,
Some of
I
the
can
good
get
stuff.
you mead.
Yes.
Top or middle shelf?
Top.
Whole bottle or a
specialty.
glass?
One glass is fine. I don't need to get totally shit-faced before we get ready to go on a mission.
One glass will set you back 2 gold.
Perfect. I'll give you 1 platinum. Here, take this.
He takes it and he kind of looks at you. I'll get you the bottle.
Oh. Anybody want to join me? Jim, Trina,
Yes.
I'll have a glass.
Toke tier. If you feel like getting loose.
I'm good.
No, of course you're good.
Thank you.
What about you, Babushka?
I will take one.
Yes, even the old lady right here wants to get loose. Why don't you want to get loose, Toke dear?
Because there's grifters and thieves in this city.
That sounds perfectly fun for me. I like meeting hostile people. Makes
I
my
do not.
blood boil. Hey,
Well-
maybe we can get you some nookie while we're here.
Anyway,
Perhaps
moving on.
I should apologize to that lady I screamed at earlier.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
All right,
Know
then.
where she is?
Well, I'll have to look for her. I'm sure she'll be nearby.
Well, she did say that the guards know where to find her with the Forsaken. Whoever that is.
Ah, you're
Tabaxi,
looking
what are
for
the
the
Forsaken?
Forsaken. The Forsaken, they're a band of mercenaries. Almost in equal power to most of the high merchants of Krago. They do sit on the same council, at least. Whether their power actually stretches out to what they claim or not, Tabaxi can't tell, but they'll do pretty much anything for the right price. Who is it exactly you were looking for? Or I guess who was talking to you?
No, she went by the name Zerlith.
Ah, one of the captains of the Forsaken.
Oh, she's captain.
Did she approach you, or did you approach her?
I approached her. Had some questions.
Tabaxi must say, you're either a really brave man or just really dumb. But assuming the fact you did not know who Zelith was, I'll assume that you're just really dumb.
There's a difference between stupidity and ignorance.
That's not much.
Perhaps.
Or
But
just
I'm
not
not
caring.
saying. I'm also not saying you're wrong.
Really, my
I
line
guess
of work,
perhaps
I-
Lightbringer didn't know the way of Krago, not before. But typically when you see an intimidating woman such as her, tabaxi stay far away. And as do most citizens, actually.
Liked her.
Well, you weren't on her bad side, so of course. She's quite charming when she's your ally. Or perhaps even in passing. But Tabaxi has had close calls with her before. I would prefer her not see Tabaxi, if that is at all possible. But if you wish for Tabaxi to show you where she is, I know folks.
I would like that, if you're able to find her for me.
We might need to be on the Forsaken's nice side for some of the things that we need to do.
As long as you keep the pouches, keep the coin pouches full, I'm sure you'll get along perfectly fine.
Perhaps I can be on her nice side so I can bang her.
Nice.
Oh dear.
Hope you never say that to her face.
Hey, I mean,
I almost kind of hope he does.
Spell it out on her face.
So,
Oh my god.
Tabaxi kind of like, he scratches his head uncomfortably.
I go down to like give like a high five to.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, no, a knuckle bump to Jim. Yeah. Man, slapping that guy really put me in a good mood.
Hey, Tabaxi. So there's this merchant guy named like Amin or something like that. You know who that is?
Omlin?
Yeah.
O'Mallon?
Hold on. You wrote his name down somewhere.
O'Mallon, yeah.
Yeah. O'Mallon Yaruwala.
He's the leader of the Royal Apocalypse Guild.
Oh.
What do you need to do with him?
Pay him lots of money. Just like everybody else, apparently.
Interesting. I don't know people that pay him directly, but he shrugs. I don't know if Tabaxi has the resources, but I could talk to somebody. But it's definitely gonna be pricey just to get a meeting with him. You see, most of the lead merchants are very busy folk. I'm sure you understand.
Do you know, like, what is he like? Is he a whiskey guy?
Perhaps. I don't honestly have much information. I know of him, but I don't know him really at all. I don't think most people do. In fact, some folks don't even think he truly exists. He never comes out of the middle of the city. The spire that you've seen, that is where all of the leaders of the various mercantile guilds, that is where they live. That is where they convene to go over the agendas for the city and keep it running. They are the ones that run the place. But let Tabaxi do some inquiries. Perhaps Tabaxi will be able to solve your issue. But I guess, is there anything that you're not willing to do? Or is there any price that you cannot pay?
No.
An open-ended offer. In all honesty, a very, very bad thing to have here in the city of Krago.
Fine. 1 gold.
Do not insult one of the great merchants.
2 gold.
He face
know.
palms. You were just slinging around platinum pieces for no reason. Do you
Here's
think
a
a leader
question.
of the city wants to see you for a measly gold coin?
How much do you think
I
he
ran out of
wants?
platinum.
Tabaxi
Just
looks
kidding,
at you, Trina.
I have so much platinum.
Perhaps to
Say it
secure
little
a
quieter,
meeting,
Jim.
50 to 100 platinum. But that's on the low side. Depends on if he's busy or not. If you want to make if you want to make your time necessary for him, upwards of a couple hundred more platinum. And if you don't grab his attention, you're gonna need even more. Time is money to these merchant kings.
That is a lot of platinum.
Compared to the hordes of cash that they have, probably not a lot, in all honesty.
Well, that is mighty interesting, but where's my drink?
Oh, yeah, he has since brought you a drink.
I'm like,
Cool story, bro, but it's not a fucking drink.
I'll pour a couple. All right, so anybody else getting some, right? Get some. Holding up the bottle.
I'll take a glass.
Got one.
Yes. Hey, Tokti, sure you don't want to push that out of this one?
I'm good. I'll just stick with my
Check
pipe.
it.
No. Come on.
One glass won't hurt.
Yeah,
Tolkien.
the merchant
we're
leaders are
very
definitely
calm.
not
This is the
going to want
finest,
to meet
Top
the party
shelf.
for any
I
reason.
get close to Toast here next to his left ear. Just think about it. It's gonna feel good, real good going down your gullet.
How about you? You drink all of that and you enjoy it yourself, and you just
No.
focus on you.
You sure?
I'm sure.
No.
And
Okay.
during this time, Brady, I want to look around the room to see who's really watching us. If I can do that.
Okay. Quite a lot of people are.
Okay. I suggest I go up to I forget the bartender's name or the innkeeper's
Nimbisk.
Nimbisk. I go to Nimbus. Could we take our drinks to our rooms? Is that allowed?
He kind of chuckles. He's like, "You paid for them. You do what you wish."
Okay. How about we talk about such things not in the open? I suggest to everybody. Yeah.
Nimbisk leans over and he's like, "That would be good suggestion."
Okay.
I want a nap anyway, so sounds good to me.
Lightbringer just slightly slaps the bar. No, I want to enjoy my drink right here.
Come on, Lightbringer, let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Come on, what are you guys afraid of?
We're not afraid. We just think some things are better private.
Mm-hmm.
Tabaxi comes up to you, Lightbringer, and goes, "If it helps at all, Tabaxi will give you this lovely tip for the city of Grego. Everyone is always listening. And even if you think you're being quiet, someone has really good hearing. Especially in the pinned cushion.
Well,
Legend
yes, I can-
says even the pillows can hear and understand every word you say."
Maybe I'll whisper some sweet nothing to those pillows.
I'm
All
sure
right.
you won't be the first. In fact, and he looks at some of the pillows, you should probably clean those again, Nimbisk. I got a little bit of a cat hair ball on them.
Gross. All right, well, if you say so.
Told you he was a cat person.
I grab the I grab the bottle. I was like, all right. And I like look at everybody. Hey, you guys have a great day.
And everyone kind of looks at you and they kind of like half-ass cheers towards you. As in they're not totally sure what exactly is going on.
All right, guys, lead the way.
And Tabaxi, I have some further questions for you. Can you join us?
Tabaxi has been invited to the private sanctum of this legendary group of heroes. Tabaxi is honored to join.
Legendary.
But if Tabaxi is to help you get information of who it is that you seek, Tabaxi's got a lot of work. Not to mention the price. Tabaxi does not know how much you wish to spend on said information. And don't forget, the courier needs a cut.
That would be between, well, that's not my question, so it's not up to me. I have a different question when you figure that out. Just what shops are good for gems and/or magical items?
Someone wants to go shopping in Craigo.
Yes.
Hopefully you have a bag of holding and a deep pocket.
We'll see.
I can take you to the shopping district if you wish. It's not too far off from here. It's closer to the center of the city.
Well,
You wish to go there now or to your chambers first?
we'll wait
Probably-
any more questions.
Probably our chambers, just in case.
Yeah, let's go sit down and rest.
I need a nap first, Tolktir.
That's all good.
Okay.
What time is it? It's 10:30 in the morning. God damn it. It's not real.
Okay, so you guys head to your private chambers. You guys ended up renting 2 different rooms. Each room has 2 beds in it. And I'm assuming you all pile into one.
I'm just gonna sit. Is there any chairs? If not, I'll just sit on the floor.
Yeah, there's a chair.
I'll sit
There's a
on the
couple
chair.
chairs. Tabaxi goes inside and starts looking around and kind of just observing the lack of decor. He's like, for the price that Nimbus charges for these places, you would think that there'd be a little more sprucing up. Seems like he overpriced you all. But Tabaxi has never stayed in one of these humble abodes. My bad. Tabaxi has never paid to stay in one of these humble abodes. Haha! Welcome to Craigo, my friends.
Well, now that we're here, let's ask some more private questions. I look through right in the group.
All right, I'll just pour myself another cup. I have zero clue what's going on, so do you?
So tell us more about this O'Malin person.
There's not really
Was he
much
born
that
in
I
a city?
can tell. And
Did he travel here? Do you
he
work for him?
shrugs. No. I work for the Ruby Ringers. Probably one of the lower mercantile guilds, at least from those on the outside, but we are rich in culture compared to some of those other folks.
Interesting. Are you rivals then, or is it like...
In the city of Craigo, every house you don't belong to is a rival. It's all about who can swindle the other one without making any sort of, violent action. It's like a Cold War in a way. There's not very much bloodshed. There's a lot more thievery going on, a lot more exploitation from the various mercantile guilds. And when things do get a little out of hand, well, best not be on the streets at nighttime.
there anything else you can tell us about his group? Like
Well,
his
I can
merchant
tell
guild?
you quite a bit. They're probably the most unknown. Except for they're also the most well-known, which is kind of contradictory. People know of the Royal Apocalypse, but people don't know really who is in it, who is a part of it, or what exactly it is that they do to get so powerful. I do know, though, that they own a lot of the properties, such as the pinned cushion is owned by the Royal Apocalypse. The gentleman that you all were essentially dealing threats one another, he works for the Royal Apocalypse as a thug, but nothing more.
What's his name again?
I don't think we got that thug's name.
Yeah, I
Did
don't
we?
believe anyone did. Nope. And Tabaxi
Do
just
you know his
shrugs.
name?
And usually lowlifes like him, there's no reason to really think about or remember their names. They get cycled through quite quickly. I'm sure you can understand why.
Yeah. I mean, it was more out of curiosity, not that I actually really cared. So.
Ah, you're starting to learn more about Krego. Well, what other questions do you have for Tabaxi? Or perhaps maybe Tabaxi can ask you all a question.
Look to Babushka. Do you have anything?
Well, my question's for Madam Clementine.
Okay.
He wouldn't know, Tabaxi.
Well, other than
Tabaxi is wounded by your words, but I can understand the sentiments.
Here, butterscotch. I hand him a butterscotch.
And he looks at it and he sniffs it real quick and he's like, Tabaxi's not smelt anything that's this hard and this sweet before. And he plops it in his mouth. He's like, that is a very delectable treat. May Tabaxi have another? For later, of course.
Of course, for later. Here you go.
He grabs it and he sniffs it again, plops it in his mouth. Oh, it slipped out of my fingers. Perhaps one more for the road, for real this time.
Okay, last one. I hand him 3.
And he's like, now this one I will ration. And he puts them in his pocket and he's like, these are really good. Did you make these for yourself?
No. Butterscotch for all.
I would open up a shop and I'm sure you would get many patrons. Don't do it in Krego, though.
Maybe one day.
so, I actually have a few questions. As where would we get transportation for going into the desert? And after that, I'm ready to go to the stores, or I guess take a rest and go to the stores.
Okay. Let's see. Yes, if you're looking for transportation across the desert, plenty of stable masters on the outskirts of town. You could pick up a camel. Or perhaps maybe if you really want to flash your cash, you could enjoy the tall ride of a I just said camel. Of an elephant.
Oh, they have those here.
Oh, they have quite a few, yes. I believe that they're under the control of the Cyrodiil Conclave. They're probably the most honest of all the merchant kings.
Well, how much would that cost for one of these elephants? I've heard of them. I don't think I've seen one though.
Well, for renting purposes, I guess it really depends on your timeline and where exactly you're headed. If you're going to more dangerous spots, usually they have you almost pay for the elephant outright to cover their losses. You'll get refunded if you bring it back in one piece, of course.
Might be cheap
That's
for
good.
big animals.
Camels would be cheaper, and they're a little more disposable, unfortunately. But they do just as good of a job, except for elephants definitely don't attract the wildlife, typically. You know, their brute size sort of intimidates a lot of the creatures out in the desert.
How many elephants would we need for all of us?
I'm sure you could get away with one, but two to be safe.
And how much do they cost?
I believe it's somewhere around 300 gold a day.
I see.
Camels it is.
Yeah, how much are camels?
Camels significantly cheaper, roughly 10 gold a day.
Say we buy an elephant.
He shrugs, he's like, I'll be honest, I have no idea, but probably upwards of, I would say, rough estimate, 5,000 gold.
Say we buy some camels.
I bet you could purchase a camel for about 300 gold apiece.
Okay. Well, renting camels probably is the best option. But, well, anyway.
What if we borrow camels?
Do people
And
borrow-
Babushka, Tabaxi looks at you and then he pokes his head like the thinking meme. And he's like, Babushka's starting to learn the ways of Krago. Although, in all honesty, Tabaxi doesn't like to swindle the Ziridel Conclave when he doesn't have to.
Not the best one to make enemies.
Not that. I'm sure that they have their resources on carrying out revenge, but they are, like I said, the most trusting of the merchants.
Okay. We pay.
But no, Babushka, you do as you wish. Tabaxi will not stop you. And Tabaxi does not wish to imply that you are less of a person for doing so. After all, it is the way of Krago. And other people do take advantage of the Ziridel Conclave's soft heart.
They know magic.
I don't believe they delve too much into it. They have some old shamanistic rituals that they carry out. I believe their leader, though, is a very astute alchemist.
Would he be around the elephant stables?
Ask your question one more time, but think about it. Is the leader of a mercantile guild gonna be around the stables?
I doubt that. Yes, that's what I'm getting. Yeah. Okay. So I think I can persuade them or suggest to them they let us borrow the elephant for as long as we need.
Well,
And you
good
can
luck.
come and walk off with the elephant. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Well, as for transportation, I have no more questions on that. Just if you could show us while we're out and about buying stuff later on, that'd be great. Where the elephants are, like next to the shops.
They're on the
But,
outskirts of town, but I could show you there too. You're paying Tabaxi handsomely.
Maybe just the shops. But look, Katrina, how long do you want to take a rest for?
Give me like a 15-minute nap.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
While you're taking a rest, how about Tabaxi go make some real quick inquiries?
Okay.
I will be
Yeah.
right back.
See you later.
Tabaxi exits. I'm gonna go use the bathroom real quick.
I'm rolling dice.
Yeah, if
I'll,
you're taking a short rest, go ahead and roll however many hit dice you're wanting to.
I'm going to do all 7.
I'm doing 5.
4 over here. What's your zodiac sign?
Also, I am informing the party of that plan. Okay, so while we're here, I'm going to tell Lightbringer. Plan was to camp out tomorrow at the in the Oasis at night, and then Lure said banditos to us, and then set some traps of the magical kind.
Sure.
But I just looked at the spell again that I need to prepare for tomorrow. It's going to cost me like 200 golden diamonds, which I don't have any diamonds to cast a single one of these glyphs here. So that's an issue. So I can't actually do that without diamonds. So unless I find them, or we just take them tonight. But I'd rather just sleep in the inn tonight for the bin cushion. So maybe just do it tomorrow. But I may not have the glyphs I need.
Oh. Well, I mean, I don't mind just hacking someone up if we need to.
Yeah, the glyphs would just be, they would have to step on them to set them off. They wouldn't necessarily hide them under the
Just get
sand.
some bear traps.
They could too, but I don't have any of those.
Dig a hole. Put some spikies.
It takes me like an hour or
You
so. to
cast
trap.
illusions.
Just a few, but they're minor.
Ooh, ooh.
Do a minor illusion of the ground above an empty pit with some punji sticks at the bottom.
Did you say a minor
could.
illusion of that?
I think he means minor illusion covering the top.
Yeah, like make it look like there's a ground when it's actually an empty pit on the top layer.
I could do a. No, it lasts for a minute though. So I would have to see them coming and cast it. So not the best. We could just set that up though. We could like have a carpet or a rug over the top, throw some sand on it potentially, and have them walk into that.
Not a bad idea.
But the if I were to make these glyph traps, it would take an hour to set up, at least for one. I would need some gold beforehand.
Isn't the point of getting the sword so you can get diamonds anyways?
Yeah, so I was looking at this spell, I haven't looked at it in a while. So but regardless, I think going to cutting out the traps, maybe just us pretending to camp out at the oasis at some point would be a good way to lure these people out, to flesh them out.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I say we just rest and then do that tomorrow.
Ooh, if they end up attacking us and we end up killing them all except like one, can I like torture the guy so we get like information out of him?
Yes.
That's up to
Sure.
you.
Oh,
makes sense.
true.
Or
Nice. Nice. All right, well, guess I should chill for a bit then.
Okay. So I take it y'all are done with your rest.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you finish talking, you go outside and Tabaxi is hanging out right outside the door. Ah, you're done with your little catnap?
Yes, indeed.
Well, let Tabaxi show you to the market square. Is there anything in particular you want to look at first? You were saying something about gyms?
Yes, is
Oh.
there...
go on.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Is there a shop that sells, like, gems or nice objects?
Are you talking like magical items?
Maybe. Magical items, expensive things.
Yes, I would say so. There's
Lead the
plenty
way.
of those. So
I want a
we'll look
cool
at gems
axe.
first, and then magic items, and then I guess we'll go from there. Well, follow Tabaxi.
Hello.
So as you guys are walking down the streets, you get to the market square, which is very, very busy. As you're perusing around, there it is, the friendly jeweler. And he starts to walk towards one of the shops. You're noticing that a lot of the shops, they do have signs on the outside, but they don't seem to particularly have any other type of advertisement. It's almost as if the people that live here know what it is they're looking at, but it also essentially is sort of a way to get people to go and explore the inside of these shops, since they don't know exactly what each one holds. Tabaxi moves the cloth away and starts to walk in. He's like, yes, this is the perfect place for you to get any type of gems that it is you're looking for.
Okay. And then, what shops around here would also have magical items? Are they close by?
Yes, they're all over, really. You could probably go to quite a few of them and get different selections. I don't particularly browse these types of shops, as they are much out of Tabaxi's price range.
Okay. Well, let me, I'm gonna go walk into the shopkeeper, or a stall, or whatnot.
And as you walk in, Tabaxi goes, Jasper, you have very eager customers. And you can hear someone coming from the back. There's not really any patrons inside currently. And you see that there's a bunch of glass boxes, and you can see all the different gems that are being kept on silk pillows to preserve their, I guess, perfection or pristine condition. And a tiny halfling that has a scar going through his eyebrow comes out and, yes, what is it that you're looking for?
Oh, I was wondering what kind of selection of gems, such as diamonds and rubies, you have.
We have both.
How
Do you
how
want
much?
a necklace of a mixture of both, perhaps? Or do you want rings? Or are you looking for raw cut gems?
Raw gems would be would be looking for.
How large are these gems? Do you want them to be fingernail, eyeball, perhaps as big as your head?
It would depend.
He then
on
scoots
the
closer.
price.
I don't have any that big, so don't go spreading that around. It was a joke.
No, great. I would be turning these into a powder, essentially. So they would.
What? You're crushing the gems? They're precious stones. They're meant to show your power in the city of Krago, not to be smashed up for glitter.
Oh, my mistake. You are correct. But regardless, the price of these gems, what would they be for the small side of?
The smallest one I'll give you would be worth 150 gold.
What's the next size up?
Tabaxi goes, that is a little steep, Jasper. Weren't they 50 gold the other week? And Jasper looks at him. You're not the one doing the deals here, Tabaxi. And if he's going to be crushing them, I will charge extra.
How about then in the ring variety?
In the what variety?
The ring variety. because you're right that these gems, these are very magnificent gems that I need to show off on my hands, display out to the world. Forgive me my lapse of judgment before.
He looks at you, very, like, not happy demeanor. He strokes his chin. 400 gold. And Tabaxi goes, you're paying double the price here, my friend.
Well, I will think about this, and I will return to your shop later, potentially.
Unless we find a better deal elsewhere.
You
Yeah,
won't find better deal. All the other shops are much more expensive, much higher quality.
Oh,
But good
I'm
luck,
sure-
good luck. I'm sure
Yeah,
if you
I'm
tell them that you're just gonna smash up their gyms, they'll become exponentially more expensive as well.
Do you have any
Crushing.
uncut gems by chance?
He thinks about it.
Or do you
Those
have
ones, perhaps, yes.
Or do
You
have
want the ring sized? I could sell it to you for 300.
Or do you have any of the when you cut gems? Of course, there's excess. Do you have any of that? The powder?
No, the powder gets refined into the metal. It gives us a nice sparkle.
What do you sell that? But in any case, I'm assuming no. But
You'd be correct.
If
We
I
do
were to
not
send a
waste.
deal- well, what if I were to buy that in, specifically? Could we work out a deal?
A deal, you say?
I mean, yes, yeah. I have an interest in buying the powder. I will not lie, but
What price?
200 gold increments.
Jasper could do this. Is there a particular gym shaving that you wish?
As for the moment, I need just diamond.
Diamond shavings, 200 gold's worth. I'll sell it to you for 250.
Okay.
But it will take me the better part of the day to finish it.
Oh,
And depending on how many customers I have coming in for sales, I'd have it ready to you by tomorrow afternoon.
that works perfect. Well, I'll see you then.
I need a deposit of 50 gold
Oh.
first.
I give him 50 gold.
And he takes your bag of coin, he dumps it onto his table, and he starts to count each piece. You're short of gold. Are you trying to shortchange me?
I count again in front of him.
And, oh, my mistake. These two were stuck together.
No problem, no problem.
And as he does that, he looks at Tabaxi, who's kind of like trying to hide a laugh behind his hand. He's like, fine, 50 gold as a down payment, 200 gold tomorrow afternoon for diamond shavings.
Yes. Thank you, thank you.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Oh, you as well. And
Anybody
then-
else need gyms?
What kind of
No.
jewelry do you have?
What kind do you want?
Specifically a necklace.
We have plenty of necklaces. Do you have a specific favorite gem? Or do you like a variety?
Rubies are always nice, but varieties are great too.
See, I have some that I haven't socketed yet if you want to do a custom job. Cost a little extra, but Jasper can make a relative deal for such a fine mistress. Unless,
gem?
and he glances towards Tolktir with a sneer, unless you're just trying to buy the jewelry so that you can crush the gems for the dwarf.
No.
Are you?
I plan on
Are you?
buying it. I plan on buying it and showing off your work.
Jasper likes this prospect. Yes, I could make you the finest necklace. Do you like sterling silver or gold or perhaps a platinum base?
Sterling silver? Or
Do
platinum?
you like it more on the simple side or do you want it to be very exotic? Very standoutish?
Can you do a mix of both?
Jasper can do anything that the mistress pleases. And you said a variety. Do you want me to pick the gems or do you?
Well, it depends. I need it to be worth at least 500 gold. So, work with that.
He strokes his chin. And it doesn't matter what gems they are, just as long as the MSRP is 500. He doesn't say MSRP, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
Yes, I'll have dealer's choice on the gems, because I trust your judgment.
As you should, a smart lady, unlike your friend. And he goes, yes, I can do that.
Wonderful.
It will take some time. I will have to do the fittings. So he looks towards the dwarf. Something came up, a new order. I won't have your stuff done until 2 days from now. I do apologize for the inconvenience. And then he looks back to Trina. I need a down payment of 100 gold.
Of course.
Lightbringer's just chuckling in the back.
And as he
Ow.
counts the gold, just perfect, 100 gold.
I interject upon hearing that my order will be put back. I would like to withdraw my. Can I withdraw the down payment?
Deposits are deposits. You don't get
Could
deposits back for canceling orders.
How about
Oh, refunds.
could I shift over my deposit to the ladies here?
No.
No. Well, I'll see you in 2 days then.
Yes. Trying to shortchange Jasper, I see.
Jasper, because we're such great friends now, if I give you...
Up. I'm friends with your coin. And you I just like. I have an affinity for tall women. But you are not going to take advantage of Jasper's heart. Not like that one. Not again.
I was just hoping if I gave you 20 extra gold, you could get my awful dwarf companion's product done along with mine.
20 extra gold?
Yes.
Sure. 20 extra
Wonderful.
gold. So 500. Or, hold on. He didn't actually give you a price for the necklace. He's like, so your necklace, you need it to be valued at 500. I will do it
Indeed.
for 650. And I will use my most pristine gems.
If I give you a kiss on the cheek, can it be 600?
He blushes. Go ahead and roll. Let's see. What would it be? Persuasion. And he blushes and kind of kicks the dirt. Yes.
Yes. What
And he-
about a kiss on each cheek and it'll be 550?
No. Absolutely not.
575?
No. 600 is the lowest I'll go. Plus the 20. So 620.
She leans forward and gives him a kiss on the cheek. Thank you,
And he
Jasper.
blushes really hard and he takes off his hat and he's kind of doing this like nervous little like giddy dance. He's like, I must get to work now. And he runs to the back.
I look at Colt here. You owe me 20 gold.
Sly dog.
So Trina, the down payment of 100 plus the 20
it
that you
out.
gave him. Okay. And then Tolktir, the down payment of 50.
I took it out as well.
Right. The back goes, that Jasper never changes. I believe
He's
he's
certainly a
gotten
character.
many kisses on the cheek before.
I remember why I don't like coming to the city.
Let me go get the dogs real quick.
Oh man, you almost screwed that one up, Doke dear.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You know, you're kind of you're pretty fickle.
I ignore Lightbringer and just shake my head.
Hey, you gotta learn how to ride with the city. The city is of swindlers and thieves, it seems. You gotta be able to ride with it. Ride the waves.
Or maybe next time don't tell them that you're gonna crush up their product.
That, as he points at Trina.
Yes, it seems your friend has a really hard time of hiding or masking the truth. Not everyone in Krago needs to know your business.
Out of character, I'm honestly just saying this stuff out loud to describe to Brady, and I let too much slip, and I'm like, fuck, every single time. So, and it's like, I know that I shouldn't be, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like, God, fucking
Tabaxi
damn it
understands. Sometimes you have to talk out loud. I'm just joking.
I thought it was because your characters are so.
again. No, I just keep
innocent
fucking up personally.
and so
Like,
sweet.
No, I ain't gonna lie.
no.
I ain't gonna lie. No, the fickleness works perfectly with Doke dear.
So
I guess that's just how
Being
he
at
is
the warp
now.
and everything.
Yeah, but we'll just roll with it. Let's see.
So you said
His
you
face
wanted
is just pressed up against the glass, admiring the shiny.
and Tabaxi looks at you and goes, "Ah, yes. They are lovely, are they not?"
They're so beautiful.
You know, if you really wanted one, I could perhaps procure one at a discount.
not until we pick up our stuff. Let's go.
Okay.
Tabaxi shrugs and goes, "Let me know. I know people."
Brady,
I will keep that in mind.
what
Different.
where's the shopkeeper at? Who's in the? I'm not doing anything. I'm just curious. I'm gonna look around. Who's in the shop at the front with us now?
You see that there is a sort of like a small statue that's sort of fitted on the very back wall that's pointed directly at the front door. That kind of looks like somebody, but it's after you look at it a little longer, you can tell that it's just a statue. Other than that, there's no semblance of people in the shop currently.
I look over to Tabaxi and ask. So he just
Do you think we're
left.
gonna walk out?
He just left his storefront unwatched. Is that safe here?
Tabaxi shakes his head. No, it's not safe anywhere, but Tabaxi guarantees it is not unoccupied.
I see nothing here but a statue. Are you saying that statue is watching us?
It could be. I have seen devices of such caliber. I have not seen what Jasper has as his security measures.
Not saying
But it
I would,
is.
I'm just genuinely curious. That's all.
Talk tier. Everyone with your abilities would do exactly what it is you're asking.
Oh, I would never. Don't worry. But let us move on.
What's going on, Justin? How you doing, my dude? Okay. So next we head to, you said you wanted weapons?
Our halfling companion needs some weapons. Yes.
Any specific type?
An axe.
An axe? Okay, okay. Well, let's go ahead and head to the smithy, I guess, and see what they've got. And as he walks out, he starts heading towards the other end of the market, and you can see a pillar of black smoke coming from one of the shops. There it is, the heated smoke. Finest weaponsmiths in all of Krago.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Lightbringer's just giddy, curious on what their wares are.
I'm doing good myself, Justin. Just, hanging out, playing some D&D. Life is good. How about anything special at school going on for you? So as you guys begin to walk in, let's see. Yeah, so it's pretty much like a semi-open air location. The only open air part is where they actually do the smithing, which is attached to another building that's sort of closed off. But it's much like all the other shops. The door isn't an actual door. It's just some type of like carpet or cloth that sort of keeps the dust out as best it can. As you walk in, there's a gentleman inside that's sort of leaning across the counter talking to a couple folks currently. There's another group that's being shown some of the brand new wares that are in stock. And then there's a human that approaches you guys, and he's like, Tabaxi, it has been way too long, my friends. How have you been? And Tabaxi looks and he's like, Kildrak, it has been so too long. I have not had any need for weaponry. Which Kildrak responds is, you don't need weapons to come give me a visit, do you? And Tabaxi goes, I have also been busy, my friend. I do apologize, but I have brought you some potential customers. Hopefully maybe this forgives me of forgetting to stop by. The man looks at you and you can definitely tell that he's wealthy, but you can also see that he is labored. He's got calluses on his hands. He's got dark toned skin from working in the sun, and he seems to have a permanent bead of sweat across his brow, where he keeps his dark hair tied back in a ponytail. Potential customers, you say? And what are you here for? Weapons or armor? Perhaps both?
I need an axe.
Any particular kind? We have hand axes. We have great axes.
But great axes are a little too big for me to use. Kind of cumbersome. So I like to stick with the battle axes.
Okay. Let me show you my wares. And he goes over to his stock, and he starts showing you all the different axes. I've got everything from your run-of-the-mill, finely crafted axes. I've got a couple that we've imbued with slight charms, and I've got others that are made out of either entire silver or adamantine. And I do have some select stock in the back, but I'll be honest, your pockets don't all look too deep.
How deep do they need to be?
Couple thousand, perhaps.
I kind of push up my glasses that aren't there. I think they're plenty deep, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I apologize on behalf of the whole shop.
I wouldn't consider myself wealthy, but I have some coin. No offense, I've come into it very recently. A game of chance.
I like this man.
Same game of chance is actually the same reason why I need a new axe. I lost mine.
Oh. This is quite unfortunate. What game of chance were you playing, if I might ask?
Normal gambling.
Oh.
Some cards.
Yeah. Some cards.
Mm.
Well, I didn't come here to buy your measlies. Let's check out your personal private stuff.
Right this way. So he takes you to the back of the store, which when you go back there, you see a bunch of different weapons and armor that are all put behind what seems to be adamantine bars. And as he goes to one of them, he starts to unlock a series of locks. Probably about 5 locks per cage of these weapon racks. And he pulls one out. And there before you see this battle axe that looks to be made out of entirely crystal. And he hands it to you. This one we call the phase axe. And as you grab it, you can feel the surge of magical energy go through, or course through your hands. And he starts to tell you, not only can it be used as a everyday battle axe, but it can also be thrown up to a maximum range of 60 feet. And if it hits whatever it is you're targeting, you could make them take extra damage from the sheer force of the blow. Once you throw it, as long as you're able to make eye contact with it, you can will it back to your hand.
Oh, that's pretty nifty.
It's also a lot more finely crafted than most other axes. It's just a little bit sharper.
I like take the back of my nail and like scratch off at the edge, and I'm assuming it like makes little curls. Yes, very, very sharp.
I'm sure we could part ways with it for 4,000 gold.
4,000. Maybe. What else you got?
Trina's looking around at some of the other stuff in the back.
He grabs one and he's like, So this one it's almost entirely black, but the edge, the fine sharp edge, you can see is sort of a ruby red color. And as he holds it in the light, it almost looks like the edge is on fire. This axe right here, as he hands it to you, it's burns your enemies as well as cuts them. And if you're able to control the magic within, you can actually slice the air in front of you, and everything in a line of 30 feet will erupt in fire. The more that you use the magic, the stronger the blast is. But if 4,000 was too much for the other axe, this one's probably well out your price range.
I'm not saying it's way out of my price range, but I was just curious what else you have. Do you have anything's going the other direction?
You mean cheaper things?
Yeah.
Sure, they're out in the common stock.
Okay. Well, when
This
you
axe
asked-
that you're holding on to is 9,000 gold.
Oh, that's cool. Well, you were right. I don't have that much coin on me, so I'll give you this one back. Is that... You said 1,000 gold would be like what I would need to come back here, so...
I said at least thousands of gold.
Yeah,
But
which I
our
have.
battle axes are not 1,000 gold. Are you looking for any other type of weapon? Perhaps a dagger?
I'm pretty adept specifically at battle axes. That's all I've ever trained with.
If these are not within your price range, we do have a very well crafted battle axe. It's not magical by any means, but it does hit quite a bit harder than normal.
How much
That-
so?
800 gold worth so.
Hmm.
Sorry,
like-
Justin, there's been a lot of RP, but I'm glad school's going
Is it
well.
like an...
You still in that coding
die or
class?
what?
Oh, yeah, it'd be a +1.
Oh, just a plus. Okay. Well. So those two are the only ones you got right now that are both out of my price range?
Correct, at least in terms of battle axes.
Alright, well, so what's the cool... Do you have a really cool dagger or something? You're kind of talking it up.
But you're adept in axes, are you not?
I mean, that's true.
But yes, we have daggers. And he starts to lock up the one cage. And he then begins to unlock what looks to be like a shelf. Hold on. Rosie, what are you doing? Why are you licking my shoe? Weird
Actually,
dog.
you know what? I'm not gonna buy one. I don't need to waste any time.
Okay.
So really what I can do is have about 2,500 gold pieces and a couple magic items that I'd be willing to barter with.
Ah.
But it doesn't look like we're really gonna be making a deal here.
Well, perhaps if that changes. The stock doesn't go away very often. It'll be here for you.
What if I loaned the magical axe with the intent of purchasing a better one in the future?
Kind of, he looks at you and goes, and what collateral could I receive to know that for a fact you will be paying the axe off?
Oh, gold. Platinum.
I understand that you'd pay a down payment, but how do I know that once you receive the axe for a couple thousand gold, that you never return, never see me again? How will I get my money?
Oh, I was more saying I could take that, just the 800 gold piece one for cheaper at this time with the intent of coming back, selling it, and putting that price towards a much more expensive axe.
He strokes his chin. I like that idea. It's actually a good marketing campaign that I could start putting towards these weapons. It might actually make stock start to fly off the shelf.
And every
500
enemy
gold.
All right. I can do that, and every enemy I slay, I'll make sure they know right before they're dead that it is from the the heated smoke
Yep, heated smoke.
forges. You got yourself a deal there, pal.
So he locks up everything and then gestures you guys to go back to the main floor, in which you notice the stock of fine crafted is on the backside of all of the table, or not tables, but the countertops. So he goes over and he grabs one of them, and you can definitely tell that this is definitely more the form factor of it is more meticulous than the other axes. The other axes definitely do the job, but this one is actually got gems encrusted in the grip and sort of like a glittered, like epoxy almost, to give it that nice little sparkle. He actually asks you if you have a color preference for the handle.
Let's go purple.
He grabs a amethyst encrusted axe, puts it on the table to allow you to inspect it, and yeah, it's not magical by any means. Perhaps one day it could be if you find an enchanter, but it is a +1 battle axe.
So it's a +1 without them overcoming magical abilities.
Correct.
Okay. All right. And I say, what if you threw in a crossbow and some bolts? What would that? Just a normal one.
I could sell you a
Low end.
crossbow and some bolts, 20 gold.
All right. I'll take some of that too.
Is it a light or heavy crossbow?
I cannot hold that. It just look. I like kind of go and pulled off the wall, and you just see that I can't even shoulder it.
He just shrugs and goes, "You look like you were pretty well built for your small stature. My
I know,
apologies."
but look, I can't reach the trigger. Yeah, light crossbow would be what I'm looking for.
So yeah, he sells you that for 20 gold for a light crossbow and 20 bolts.
Okay.
I will add it to your sheet for you.
Cool. I deducted the gold or the platinum.
Okay. All right, so those should all be on your character sheet now. Excellent. Looks like they are. The battle axe might be different since I got it from, the SRD content. So you might need to update the formula based on revised martial equipment.
Okay.
Is there anything else that I can help with the rest of you?
There any fancy bastard swords that you might have?
Yes, I'm sure we have something. Let me look. Okay. Oh, whoops. Because I think bastard swords don't usually have. I'll probably just see what great swords he's got and just change the formula for it to that of a bastard sword. He goes, yes, in fact we do. Come on back.
I must see. And he just follows.
Okay, so he starts to unlock one of the he starts to unlock one of the things, and he goes, ah, yes, this one we call Downfall. The story goes that it was created by a devil, and that devil was slain and then imbued the sword with his own magic. Essentially, if you fall in battle... Let me read this real quick. Yeah, so essentially the story or the rumors go that if you fall in battle and are so severely wounded that you would perhaps fail to regain consciousness on your own, you will instead be brought back healthier by what you've lost. And to say that in not a cryptic way is, while you're attuned to the weapon, if you drop to 0 hit points and fail a death save, you're instead healed for the amount equal to half of your maximum hit points and return to consciousness. But it can only happen once.
Like per long rest or altogether?
Once ever.
Okay,
It's
like
a single get out of jail free card, but it retains its +1 to attacks and damages, and they are magical.
Okay. Oh, interesting. How much do you want for it?
This one runs about 5,500 gold.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely have to come back for that one. Considering it's quite pricey. Might have to do some work around here. I'll be back though.
Ah, so you, like your friend, wanted to see the wares, but I get it.
Oh yeah, see what the range is. See what to expect.
Yes, things in Krago, especially magical things, never come cheap.
Oh, I see. But it's nice to know. That would definitely be a nice treat for me to have, considering where I come from. But I digress. Thank you for showing me.
I have more.
Oh, more you say?
Yes.
Do show. As I'm like, rub my hands together.
Quick question, Ray. This is just a melee weapon store, correct? As far as I can see.
Not melee. I mean, there's ranged weapons too. There's nothing that a caster would probably use.
Yeah,
though.
Okay. Just asking.
Unless it's a dagger or a quarterstaff.
I'll ask after.
So he picks up another one, and he shows it to you. And this one's made out of a what looks to be a sort of like a blue steel. It's got a tint of blue all along the blade, almost as if it was like if it's captured water inside of it somehow. This one's called the Blade of Parting Water. It's actually quite formidable against creatures that are anamorphous, such as a ooze or a water elemental, hitting them a lot more critically than normal creatures every single time. It also can be, you can harness the magic within, and you're able to, if or you would be able to strike the earth and send a blast of water in a 30-foot wide, 90-foot long line. Everything within would need to get out of the way or suffer the consequences of essentially being crushed by a tidal wave.
Nice. And how much would you want for that?
This one, 7,000 even.
A little more. Not bad. Still doable. Alright. Let me hear one more. That way I have more options.
He grabs another one that's shaped. One side of it is sharp. The other side of it looks to be sort of encrusted in what seems to be dragon hide or dragon scales of some sort. And he goes, "This is wyvern wing. Wyvern wing." And he flicks it open, and the back part of the hide opens up, and it almost looks like the wing of a wyvern. Not only does this hit harder than most weapons, but once you flick the sword open like this and swing the fan, you can actually create a 15-foot cone in front of you of very high miles per hour wind. Everyone in front would need to get out of the way, and if they're unable to, not only do they take a bunch of bludgeoning damage, but they're pushed 10 feet away from you.
Oh, that sounds really cool.
Especially in high up locations or on rooftops.
Noted. Lightbringer pulls out his little notebook and starts noting what's being said to him. All right, nice. All right. So question: do you know of anybody that will be willing to pay a hefty amount for some decent killing?
He goes, have you heard of the Forsaken?
Oh, I've heard that name. Noted.
They're a group of mercenaries, and in all honesty, they don't say it out loud, but most of their clientele hire them to kill folks, and they get paid pretty handsomely based on the worth of their targets. But some of the other merchants are always looking for folks to go into the Blood Sand Plateaus and bring back some of those sacred rupees that everyone hears about. Of course, no one's ever actually achieved it.
Oh.
And then if you really like the idea of being fried alive, you could always go and try to find the rumored Dragon's Hoard in the Sandy Peaks.
Oh, fun.
Interesting. Are there any specifications of where people have disappeared or where you might know the entrance is?
He starts to chuckle. He's like, "It's only a legend, dear. There's no dragon in the Sandy Peaks." I apologize. I shouldn't have said that joke. I have actually seen people attempt to find it, only to hear about their deaths weeks later, because they ran out of supplies while looking.
Oh, that sounds like a pretty worthwhile adventure. What do you guys think?
Yes.
Sure, add it to the list.
It's at the mountain, correct? The peaks?
You all didn't hear the part about it being a joke?
We've heard many a joke and many a rumor, but we are going to these places regardless for other leads, so something we'll be looking into.
Well, if you find a dragon's hoard, you would be able to buy whatever you'd want in Krago, I would imagine. That's assuming those winged lizards are even alive.
We shall see.
All right.
Well,
Well,
I wish the finest for you in your adventure.
I appreciate you for showing me your wares. Now I know exactly where I should be eyeing now. All right, we'll be back. Oh, you had some questions, Toktir? Is there anything you want to grab?
Yes, I was wondering what kind of. You have any battle staffs?
Not usually something that we carry too often, but I do have a couple. Are you looking for the expensive ones?
Well, I'm just curious what you have and what do they do.
He opens up one of the boxes and he grabs a staff that has a bird carved out of the top of it. This is the staff of the magpie. It apparently, once you get accustomed to it, makes it to where it's easier for you to search for treasure.
Oh,
It also
Interesting.
allows you to cast certain spells from it. I believe you can fly or locate objects a little easier.
I see. And the other staff? Or the other item?
Where is it? Ah, here it is. And you can see that he pulls out a blue staff that the tip is sort of like the end of a gnarled tree, but there's a blue streak that sort of zigzags its way down from the head of the staff to the base. This staff was actually hit by lightning directly and ended up amplifying its abilities. Not only does it hit harder, let's see, but it also shocks your enemies when you hit them with it.
And how much is each staff?
Well, the staff of the magpie would run you 6,000, and then this one would be 4,000.
I see. Well, I will keep that in mind, definitely.
And he looks to you and he's like, yes, this one. And he looks, he's got the stormstruck staff in his hand. He's like, this one would be if you want to hit people. I don't believe it has any other magical amplifications other than that.
But the staff of the magpie, that one is for both, correct?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Well, Brady, I want to look around the shop again. What do I see in the shop? Any people? Was it just him?
No, well, you guys are in the back expensive area, and it's just you guys and him. And he begins to
I
lock
see.
up the cages of the stuff.
I see. I want to add a character. Joe, did you receive your item?
Yeah.
Add a character. Kevin, did you buy something, or were you just inquiring? I can't remember if you actually bought it.
Yeah, I noted those three things.
Okay. I am going to send you a 2 words, Brady.
Okay.
And this is a shop, not an open bazaar thing, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I'm going to do this then. We send you this in Discord, and I will cast a spell. I will cast Mass Suggestion only on the individual in front of us,
Okay.
and then this is this is probably these are the 2 messages because it can be 2 sentences.
Okay. So you cast your spell, and when it's done, he starts to chuckle. You don't think that a town full of merchants that cast spells, that we haven't hired them to place anti-magic security in our own place? You all can leave now.
Okay.
And sorry, halfling, but you're going to either leave that axe with me, or you're going to pay the full price for what your friend has done.
What the? What?
He kind of shakes his head. I'll give you your full amount that you've already put down.
I'm
not trying to
honest,
swindle you.
I know this guy for like a day.
Regardless, you're associated with him, and he's tried to steal from our shop. Many have tried, and I've called the guards for much less. I'm giving you the option to leave peacefully.
Yeah.
She just kind of glares at Tolkir, and Trina leaves.
All right, I'll just. Man, it's so pretty, but you know, I really only wanted in the meantime to come back and get the other one, and I doubt you really want my business anymore. So I'll.
Maybe if
exchange
you
back
come
the
without your
gold.
dwarven friend. And then he looks to Tolkir, this is why I don't typically show staffs.
How about I just take my leave?
Oh,
And I
yes.
step out.
And then as he walks out, he nods to one of the other gentlemen, and he walks over towards you. You'll be hearing from the Royal Apocalypse soon, dwarf.
And I nod and head out.
The gentleman shakes his head. I do apologize. Here's your gold back, and I will take the axe.
Can I keep the crossbow for 20 gold?
Sure. Let me delete that from your inventory real quick. And then you can add 500 gold.
Okay.
And then he goes ahead and he puts, restocks the axe. And then he, and dwarf, before you try using your spells to steal from any of the other shopkeepers, remember, you are not the most powerful thing in this entire city. And a lot of people have started to stare at you, Tolkir.
I head out.
And a lot of people have come outside of their shops and are starting to look around and see things, see what's going on. A bunch of whispering starts to happen. It's almost as if the volume has started to sort of wave. There's still obviously people bartering and stuff like that, but yeah. The whole atmosphere has changed a wee bit. So with that, he gestures you out of the shop. And if you come next time, make sure you have some extra coin.
I'm already out of the shop.
Oh, he's talking to the rest of the group.
Oh, okay.
Oh, unfortunate. Alright, well, thanks for showing me your things. I will
Take
be
it
back.
easy, Justin. I'm sure you already left. My bad. It's hard doing the talk to the chat and talk to the party and keep them
Actually,
engaged.
Brady, I don't even think I have a bonus for that. So,
Oh, is it a new spell?
yeah, it is relatively new. We did use it once, but I don't even think I have components actually. I don't have a snake's tongue or
Oh.
a honeycomb.
No, they don't have value to them, so you just
Okay.
have to have a spell
Okay,
casting.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
never mind.
you
You're
can-
right. You're right. Yeah, like the other ones where it takes like crushed gemstone that consumes it. That's the one. Okay.
Yeah. Anything that consumes the material or has a gold value to it, you can't use your focus.
Okay.
Okay, so as you guys leave this shop, Tabaxi's sort of rubbing his forehead. He's like, I understand that you're trying to understand the rules of Krego, but you really thought that in a place with all types of wizards and stuff, the shopkeepers haven't reached out to aid in their non-magical means? I thought wizards had, what is it called? Intelligence?
Brains?
There's a big difference, my friend, between intelligence and wisdom.
Yeah, that must be true, yes. But I'm sure some of the storekeepers will still do trades with you all if you've got enough coin. I don't think everyone came out to look at the show. What else is it that Tabaxi can show you to?
I'm good.
Tabaxi comes over to you, Tolktir, and he kind of pats you on the shoulder. He's like, don't worry. Many lesser wizards have tried, and I believe they got executed. So at least you come out with your life still. That is good, eh? Not all bad, and now you know a little more about Krego.
We'll see. Looks like the Royal Apocalypse is coming after him, so.
True, they do own that store. Well, they own almost all the stores, actually. But you were looking for the leaders, so perhaps maybe this is your ticket in.
True.
So it's not all bad then. Maybe we should go and celebrate with a wheel of cheese, no?
Do you eat all the cheese?
Oh,
Didn't you buy the
cheese.
last one?
You mean that good ass cheese? We
Yes,
should
the
eat
one
it
that
in
you
public.
actually slapped somebody for whatever reason.
Hey, that's some good ass cheese.
I agree,
shit
but violence in Krego during daytime, not very advisable, friend.
Now do it again.
Yeah, this one is starting to forget the ways of Krego.
Hey, I'm just kidding. But that's some good ass cheese. I'll
Rosie
take some
just
more.
took my shoe. Hold on.
Oh no.
He's a menace.
We played Ultimate Frisbee today, and there was goose poop galore. And I think she smells it, and I think she was
Oh,
licking
no.
it.
No!
Rosie, you're nasty. Hey,
Never
leave
letting
it.
Rosie like me again.
I mean, it'll go away when she drinks some water. Oh, she's so cute, though.
She is adorable.
So Tabaxi looks. Anybody else? Babushka, Trina?
I need to get my flowers.
Ah, yes. Back to the iris.
Yes.
Well, if that's our next stop, then I will take you there, and then if you do not need anything else, I will start acquiring some information about the person that you all told me to look into. But I need whatever payment it is that you want to go towards trying to gain an audience. But first, let's get to the iris petals.
Yeah, I was petals.
And as you go over there, same person is, running the store. And there's a lot of different flowers, and she comes up to you, Babushka. You've come back already. You liked the last flowers that your friend bought. Do you want some of your own?
Yes, please. Do you have anything in green?
And she kind of looks around and goes, most flowers don't blossom in greens, but if you want more of a sort of a bouquet of herbs and vines, I could make something of that nature. Do you
Sure.
want any flowers at all?
Yes.
What color would you prefer?
Mm. Do you have the ones?
Green.
should
She ignores
go
you.
green. I asked for green flowers. I said vines and herbs.
Do you have a favorite color, perhaps?
Do you have any bicolored flowers?
Ah, yes, we have a few. We've got a red and blue. We've got a orange and black. And we've got a yellow and purple color.
Some of everything.
And is there a price point you would like to keep at?
10 gold piece, please.
Very well. She gets to work on making your vase. It's relatively the same size as Trina's, but you can see that there's less flowers inside of it actually, but a lot of like vines and other greenery that you would find in a garden. But it is absolutely beautiful. And all right, well, 10 gold for the vase. Does everything
Here
look
you-
good to you?
That's beautiful.
Excellent. Thank you very much. Your words are very kind, and your business is much appreciated. And she takes your 10 gold and hands you the bouquet. Anyone else want flowers?
No,
Very
I'm
well.
good.
You all have a wonderful day.
Thank you, you too.
And then as Babushka walks out, Tabaxi goes, I assume you're heading back to Madam? Do you remember the way, or does Tabaxi need to take you?
I remember.
We should be fine. Thank you, Tabaxi.
Very much, or very well. So, how much is everyone throwing in for the potential audience? Or at least information for sure. The more you throw in together, the more information and the higher chances of actually coming into contact with your monsieur.
I guess I could throw her in 5.
5 platinum?
Aye. Very important information.
Okay. 5 platinum. And some butterscotch.
Okay, so 10 platinum so far.
50 platinum.
Oh, look at the big shot here.
Start running
God,
back
wow.
over here.
You're slinging it. You're slinging that peanut winner you got there.
But not enough to buy.
You said 50, Jim?
Mm-hmm. Easy come, easy go, I guess.
Yeah.
Trina, Toktir, you want to help your friends out?
I'll put in 5 platinum.
I'll also put in 5.
Wonderful. Alright. You think that'd be enough?
It'll get you information for sure. Highly doubt it'll get you an audience with him, but perhaps it'll capture the attention of one of his lackeys. And I guess the more attention you get from the royal apocalypse as a whole, the more likely that it is to stir up trouble and grant you an audience in I guess a far less formal setting. But Tabaxi does not know. But Tabaxi will spend your platinum in the best way possible to get you all the information you could possibly get with
Hold
this
on.
amount.
You don't even know what information I want. I'm paying for you guys don't even. What are you trying to get information on?
You
What do you
told
think
me
would
you
be
needed to
helpful?
know about Umalin, correct?
I don't need to know about him.
Then Tabaxi misunderstood. What is it that you want Tabaxi to do?
I don't really. This is. I
You
don't
want
think
an
we can
audience with
really
him,
talk about it
right?
right here.
Ah. Let me guess, the madam?
That would be a correctamundo.
Where
Take
are we
it
at
from
right now?
Tabaxi. You guys are in the middle of the square.
Okay. I look to Jim. Do you want me to cast a ritual so you all
No,
can talk?
I don't want you to cast any spells.
Okay, then.
Here.
Well, don't take that tone with me the next time you need out of a sticky situation.
Well, you put us into one with your last spell, so
And you put us into one
Guys,
as
we're
well.
all friends. Let us just talk it out, huh?
give my axe back.
Yes, I apologize for that. Don't bring it up again.
So, anyways, the Forsaken.
Ah,
And
yes.
For someone that is literally a grudge keeper, you really don't like when people bring up your past.
I will remember this the next time you need to get out of a dragon situation.
Oh.
Lightbringer looks at Toktir and it's as if some subtitles formed over his head. It says Toktir will remember that.
You'll remember that you fucked up? I don't understand
Oh.
what you're telling me here.
Well, good luck. I'm gonna head back to the inn and I leave.
Okay. And Tabaxi kind of goes, okay, Jimothy, I guess I don't really understand what it is you want Tabaxi to do.
I grab a crayon and a piece of paper, and I hold the crayon like in a fist and write down a couple of words. And they say, I need. What are his eating habits?
Ah, so you do want information, it's very specific. You want to know what he eats, when he eats, how he eats,
Yes.
where
Eats
his food
and
comes
drinks.
from.
Or smoke, or drink, or
So anything he ingests or puts into his mouth or other orifice. Okay, Tabaxi can do that. And in all honesty, this is probably the perfect sum in order to get that information. But, okie dokie. Perhaps maybe you're trying to make him a basket of goods? And you want to make sure that it's his favorites. Ah, that's a good way. A nice present for
gain
the...
favor.
Well,
Or
Tabaxi will get
maybe-
right on it.
Or if you can find who his head chef is, that would be just as helpful.
I'm pretty sure all of the High Lords are served from the same chef and cook. But I know that Tabaxi will figure it out. Well, I need to get to work. Time is eluding us always. And he goes ahead and starts to walk away. And Tabaxi will keep an ear out for if you need him. But do not expect me back for quite some time.
Oh, in the Forsaken. If you're able to get something on that.
Super easy. Go and talk to any of the guards. And tell them that you're feeling suicidal.
Oh, nice.
He walks away and waves his hand towards you guys, and he then merges with the crowd as if he was never in the market at all.
All right, so, man,
I'd appreciate it if we all agreed to stop doing reckless shit, or at least confirm with everyone before someone does something reckless.
well, to be fair, me slapping that guy, that was
Reckless.
purely me exerting
Reckless.
some anger that I was pent up and needing to exert.
There's a time and a
Reckless.
place.
Look, all right. You probably do the same thing
That's
if
a
you were
bar
angry.
fight. That's like the least reckless thing that we've ever done.
Yeah,
True.
that is true. So far, since I've been with you, sure has
Like
been
seriously,
much worse
that's
things.
probably the least reckless thing that we have done so far. Was slap a guy in a bar. So I think he gets a pass
Yeah.
here.
And at least I played with the politics as well. So that's cool.
True. Okay. Off to Madam Clem.
Now, if I were to cast this tormenting spell right here,
Yeah.
no, I would do that. I would do that. If I were to summon a friend here, that would also cause some commotion, but I'm not gonna do that.
Let's also not do that.
You sure you don't want to meet them? I'm sure they're gonna be cool.
Not yet.
All right.
Babushka, shall we go back to Madam so you can ask your question?
Yes.
Are you guys joining us, or are you gonna go
No.
back to the
Oh, well,
with
I'm
Voltaire?
curious. I'm curious. I've been missing this entire time, so perhaps I should meet them.
You know, there's one other place I want to go, and I forgot that I wanted to say this because other shit happened. But I want to see if I can find like the coolest tobacco pipe.
Okay. You peruse
Well-
the merchants for. Go ahead and roll me a investigation check. We'll see how long it takes you to find one. Doesn't take you too long, 10 minutes or so. But you find one and he's selling it. And he's got a variety of different stock. He's got everything from like, a couple silver for a pipe that will smoke tobacco, to a couple gold that actually have some tiny gems encrusted in the stem.
Yeah, I'll take the coolest and most extravagant one they have.
Okay.
Preferably like a really long one like Gandalf.
Okay. So he says that it'll be 13 gold.
Okay. I pay the man.
And then he asks if you want some tobacco to go with it. He's got some of the finest in the land. He can give you I don't know what tobacco price or like how they measure that shit out. But he'll give you, I guess,
2 gold's worth. How's that?
2 gold's
lot.
worth of work.
It's a shit ton.
Yeah.
2 working days wait. 2 working wages days. Whatever. $200.
Yeah, that was
Worth
a
of
tongue
tobacco.
twister.
Two
So yeah, he
working
gave you a
days.
bag that's full of tobacco, and then you've got this dope ass pipe. And it's a long boy.
Yes. Maybe the dude likes to smoke.
And Tolktir, you headed to the inn, correct?
Yes.
And then the rest of you, are you going to get Tolktir or go straight to Madame Clementine?
I'm following wherever the party decides to
We'll
go.
stop at the. What is it called? It's not the prancing pony. What is it? It's
Pinned
Cushion.
cushion.
pincushion.
Cushion.
We'll stop at the pincushion to let Tolktir know where we're going, but maybe we just need time apart to cool off.
Okay. So you go to the door
But
that
he's welcome to
Tolktir would be
join us.
behind. And
He wants.
what
it's
is
probably
Tolktir's?
Oh, whoops.
Oh,
It's probably
I-
better if we don't separate, but that's my opinion.
Am I back at the inn safely?
Correct.
I'm gonna just. Are they back now at the inn?
Yeah, you didn't leave
Oh.
too far before them.
Oh, how far away is it to get to the inn?
It takes like less than 5 minutes to walk there.
Oh. Well, I tell them I have some business. I'll be back in a few hours. I'll be in my room. And then if I can get to my room and cast my teleportation circle, I'm just gonna do that.
Okay.
And then I take something from the room so I can teleport back. I'm gonna do what we talked about earlier.
Okay. Yeah, we'll discuss that offline. But yeah, so Talktier tells you thanks, but no thanks. He'll be back in a few hours. And if you have any questions, you can ask him now.
Yeah, well. Need us to grab you anything while we're out there?
I'm good. No, thank you.
You sure? You know,
Yes.
Some snacks or Twizzlers?
No, it's all good.
All right.
Please don't do anything else reckless while we're gone.
Oh, no. And for the record, I was trying to get us a deal on that. It just sort of backfired.
Yeah.
And I walk off.
He does that a lot, doesn't he?
Hey, it's quite funny.
I find it annoying.
Hey, look on the bright
Hey.
side.
Me
Beltran does
too.
too.
Okay.
The guy can't take a grudge.
Right?
I give him a tone, and he's willing to let me die.
He can
for it.
certainly try and deal them, but he won't take it. Ugh, whatever. I'm tired of walking.
A Tolkien tantrum. That's what we're gonna call it now. A Tolkien tantrum.
A Tolk trim?
A
No.
Tolkien tantrum. Tolkien trim. Tolk
Tolk, no. We'll think about it.
And while that's going on, you just hear Lightbringer just in the back. Like, just trying to, like, just make the situation as awkward as possible while they're trying to figure that out.
Excellent.
What are we calling yours? Gym trims then?
Don't throw too many tantrums.
Except for the, the fact that you still won't drop the whole battle thing, but whatever.
Well, that's because you guys won't fucking fight when we start fighting. You'll have... Maybe one time I'll give you a taste of your own medicine.
I need a break.
It's just hard because, I'm in the front lines. And so if you guys stop from behind me, I still get hit while you guys sit there and watch it happen.
Well, on the bright side, I mean, I'm
So
there.
I can't, just stop in the middle of fights. I don't have that luxury. And I go in expecting that you guys will have my back. This mutual agreement of I'll take some of these hits for you guys. But then when you don't have my back and I'm just sitting there, sorry, I got a little angry. Next time we'll see what happens and I decide to not fight and disengage and they come and give you the full hit.
I mean, I understand both ways because we told you we were done fighting and at that point you could have disengaged. But I guess your fighting style is very different from ours, so maybe we just need to work better together on that.
See, that's why it helps to have a little bit of versatility. See, I'm down there in the front lines with you, Jim, but I can also step in the outside. But not all of us has that luxury. So, understandable. Understandable. Man, I am hungry.
But it's gonna be I'm just saying, it's gonna be really tough for me to, be my most effective when shit goes down if I'm worried about whether I need to fully engage or not, because you guys will leave me high and dry. That's all. I feel like we need some trust going on in this group here.
I guess it's hard to do that when we've only known each other for 3 days, 4 days.
We've known each other for
Yeah, it's longer
almost
than
a
that
month.
now.
It's not been a month. Oh, well, maybe collectively you guys, but the rest of us now.
Me and Trina.
Has it been a month though?
It hasn't
Yeah,
been a full month, actually. We are in the new month, but we started the campaign on the 9th today.
So what,
We're on
like 2
the-
or 3 weeks? Because, I mean, Jim was introduced like 3 days after the campaign started.
Yeah. I apologize, Jim, and we'll try to work better on that.
I think
Oh, we're gonna
we
get
can
that
make
man
this
some cheese
pact.
for
I
sure.
think it'll work. That if we're forced into a combat situation, we don't stop unless we can communicate it clearly and everybody agrees. But we need to be more careful about picking when to engage.
I most definitely agree with that. That is a pact I can easily make.
But we gotta full send. Otherwise, we'll all die.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody else that's been in this group.
Roasted.
It's been hard.
It's a shame what happened to Thorpe.
I guess
But-
that's one of the reasons why I
No, it's
have
not.
been
It's a
trying
shame
to
at all.
avoid it. No, he can rot in hell.
Hey, but
Damn.
what about all the cool things he did for you guys?
Mm.
I mean, the truth comes out and they just turn on you. Damn, that's
All right, let's
cruel
go
shit.
let's go get this lady done again. Babushka is probably really eager.
Yeah, and the
I'm
fun
gonna
part
turn into
is that's where
What?
we're gonna end tonight's session.
Oh, come on, she needs to do her one thing.
It's 9 o'clock.
I'm turning into Beltran and I'm going on to Lightbringer's shoulder. So.
Okay.
This is-
Actually, okay. Ingrid's not
okay,
home just
so
yet. We'll do
we bought
the Madame
nothing.
Clementine part.
We did a full shopping session and bought nothing.
No, you bought a pipe.
My stuff is gonna be ready
You have
soon.
a bow and arrow.
Yeah, there's crushed diamonds that are gonna come through, and a fine jeweled necklace worth at least 500 MSRP. But the scalpers, the scalpers.
Let's go.
Are you talking like the calendar stuff, Bill?
Are we gonna get to do?
Yeah, we're gonna go to Madame Clementine. So super easy. You guys remember the way to get there. And as you do, walk into her cave. The door opens slowly, and you can see Madame Clementine, or you can rather hear her as she patters around. And when she notices you all, she eases off of her invisibility. Ah, so you've come back. And what a beautiful
Oh.
bouquet.
Yes, here you go. There's some butterscotch in there for you.
Oh,
Enjoy.
butterscotch, you say? And she takes one out and she licks it. And you can see that her tongue is forked as she licks it and goes, I could see this being delectable for someone that enjoys sweets, but I don't. But the gesture is nonetheless appreciated. You said you did this because you wish to ask a question to the Madame Clementine,
Yes, please. I have a question.
and I have an answer for you. Oh, babushka. And all her little feet start to pitter-patter. Oh, and I don't think, Kevin, you probably haven't seen Madame Clementine. This is Madame Clementine.
Beats.
The feet.
Yeah, Lightbringer's just sitting there, just looking with his mouth open.
We warned you,
And-
man.
as she gestures for, come in. Would anyone like some delectable tea?
Oh, yes, please. It was delicious last time.
And she takes some of the herbs that you put in your bouquet, and she smashes them up with some of the other stuff that she's got around, and starts to steep the tea. She waves her hands, and a few cups start to dance on their way over to your hands, and then she magically pours the pot of tea into the cup for whoever wants a glass. So far, just babushka.
You'll have to
Lightbringer.
try Lightbringer. It's good.
Lightbringer just still mouth open, and he's like, yeah, sure.
And as Madame Clementine looks at you as you say that, dear, you should know that It's not nice to stare. And she gets right up in your face. The pattering of her feet very aggressive as she lurches towards you. And you can see below the brim of her hat, you can see what looks to be nostrils for a nose. But beyond that, you don't see eyes or anything. But you can feel the gaze of Madame Clementine as she's staring at you angrily. And then her fanged teeth, as she looks as if she's ready to like gnaw off your face, turns into a crooked smile. She goes, "Oh, I apologize. Madame Clementine lost her temper." And she backs away slowly as the feet pitter-patter.
I'm gonna like peck him in the side of the head.
Ow!
She hands you your tea. And as Babushka takes a sip, it's delicious. It actually tastes a lot better than the tea you got earlier. As Lightbringer goes in for a sip, the glass tips at the last second and you pour all of it onto your chest. And Madame Clementine goes, "Oops. So very sorry. Madame Clementine can be clumsy sometimes. I'll pour you another." And the glass is filled back up from the floating teapot. And she chuckles. "Babushka, your question, my dear. Come, get comfortable, have a seat. Stay a while with Madame Clementine."
Okay. She moves with her tea in hand, sipping it, sits down. I need to know who has my clan. They were sold today.
Yes, Madame Clementine can feel your attachment to these people getting fainter and fainter. Finish your tea, dear, and all will be revealed.
Okay.
And as you finish gulping your tea, the tea leaves are settled at the bottom of the cup. And Madame Clementine comes forward and takes the cup and starts to sniff it and peer inside of it. Very unfortunate for your clan. They were worth quite a lot of money. They were sold for almost 30,000 platinum.
Wow.
And they were bought by none other than the sea dragon herself. The scourge of the coastlands. The queen of pirates.
Oh lord.
Baldasui.
Oh, that's sweet.
In all honesty, Babushka, I don't know you very well, but I do know the history of Baldasui. And this isn't a fight that you want to take. I would just consider your clansmen to be dead, each and every one of them. Because if they're not already, they will be in the next few years. Baldasui has to come in and restock her slaves' stockpile quite often. In fact, sometimes she brings me the ones that are much too weak to defend themselves, and she licks her lips and she's like, "Sorry, I get hungry sometimes." You understand, perhaps?
Sure. Perhaps.
But this is the unfortunate news. As to the location, I'm sure you already know that. And if not, you could gift me something else, and I could tell you.
Oh,
Perhaps a look into your memories, much like I did the halfling. Oh, so many good stories.
I will think about it, and maybe I come back. You look into my memory.
And she licks her lips. She's like, "I would like that very much." She then looks to you, Lightbringer. Oh, and I don't believe that you and I have had the pleasure of introducing one another. I'm Madam Clementine, and you?
You can call me Lightbringer.
Perhaps maybe you'd like to ask a question to Madam Clementine. I see you don't have a bouquet, but I take other forms of payment. Maybe you want information about your daughter? And she smiles crookedly as you hear the pitter-patter of her feet come a little closer. But like, if you're staring at her and she's like 5 feet away from you across the room, she pitter-patters a little bit in a zigzag to the left, zigzags to the right, and gets right next to you and goes, she's trapped and needs you, and Madam Clementine can help. You don't want Olara. Is that how you say it? Olara?
Olaria?
Olaria. You don't want Olaria to be stuck there forever, do you? It'd be a shame for such a pretty girl.
Upon hearing like the term daughter, Lightbringer's smile just goes away.
Oh, seems I've struck a nerve. And Madame Clementine backs up. We can discuss what it is you need to know to save her. Madame Clementine happens to be very knowledgeable of the Shadowfell. But you already knew that she was there, didn't you?
Yeah.
But perhaps maybe there's a question even more so. Instead of how to save her from the Shadowfell, what if we ask the question of how she even got there in the first place? Oh, the history behind the story. If I had a heart, it would ache.
Yeah.
Poor baby, cut out of her mother's belly. And as Clementine is saying this, she's dancing around. She's like, oh, the wails of a young babe. It's too premature to know what's going on. Oh. And the father watches helplessly. Once had all the power and watches her crumble down. Oh, Lightbringer, yours is a tale of sorrow. And Madame Clementine would love to help, but a price must be paid. You understand? Oh, you have to understand.
Like upon like hearing her like just reprising the entire story back to him, his brows like just wrinkling, and then he's like, "What's the price? Tell me."
Something pure?
Pure. What do you mean pure?
It's like your halfling friend. I just want to peek at your past. I want to know about you. Allow me to seek the information that I may find, and I will answer you a question.
Lightbringer takes a deep breath. Fine.
At that point, I'm going to abandon his shoulder and turn into myself
Okay.
and sit at the table.
Oh. I didn't know if your raven... Is it a raven? I forget.
Crow.
Okay. I didn't know if your crow liked tea or not. But do you want some, dear?
I would love some, thank you.
And she whimsically flicks her wrist, and a cup is put into your hand and is poured some tea. And Madame Clementine gestures to the fireplace for you, Lightbringer. This will hurt. I don't know how much. I've never gone through the process. You can ask Jimothy. He's went through it before. It will rack your mind.
It stings.
Let's just get this over with.
And she smiles really crookedly as she grips your head, and she comes in very like awkwardly close, almost as if she's gonna give you a peck on the lips. And she goes, "Just let go." And as she says that, your eyes sort of roll into the back of your head. She lets go of your face, and you, just like Jimothy, start to float a little bit, and you start to make wincing motions on your face, like and you start to groan and call out. You're shouting, "Olyria, Olyria!" And eventually, like while the rest of the party is seeing this, Madame Clementine is sitting here, and she's just got this look of ecstasy on her face. And as she absorbs as much as she wants, she's finally sits you down, and your eyes roll back forward, and you fall onto your hands and knees, breathing heavily. Your mind is boggling, it's racking, and you try to shake your head out of it as this massive migraine comes over you. And Madame Clementine goes, "Oh, the story is so tragic, and Dissipate has done nothing to help you. Oh, the torment you must be going through. To think, perhaps maybe, those that you've pledged your allegiance to don't actually care. But I digress. He's given you power, but what have you done with it? Slap some oof with it because there was some good cheese." I'm just joking. But no, she grabs you by the shoulder and assists you in getting up off the floor. The price has been paid. And now, your question may be asked.
Oh. Like you said. How did she get there?
This one's fun. I don't have specifics in terms of names, but your daughter did not die that day. Yes, she was cut out of your wife's belly prematurely, but not so much so that she can't survive. She was actually nurtured by the clan, brought up, raised to hate you. How crooked. For them to turn your own daughter against you. For all she knows, you're the reason the clan was disbanded and destroyed. She thinks you led a mutiny. Oh, poor Lightbringer. The light seems to be being taken from you in this very story. Even with your death, you have cast shame upon your family, from what all of your former clansmates have said. She hated you so much, that having you dead in the mortal realm when she came to learn about the afterlife wasn't enough. She wanted to kill your spirits, your soul. And there are some very peculiar minds that know all about souls. And I believe that's where she got her newfound powers. She became what you would call a soul knife. Someone who can kill somebody without actually being there. Someone that can sever the bonds between a person's physical form and their mental form. It's very crafty work. And I can't be too forthcoming in saying that I've hired a few soul knives in my day. But her recent assignment somehow got her trapped in the Shadowfell. I believe she tried to attack a very powerful wizard, and he has trapped her own body and soul in two separate locations in the Shadowfell. And until they are combined again, she is living in eternal torment. Physical pain and mental pain to her soul. Oh, the poor darling. And it's not enough to kill her. It never will be. But it's enough to make her hate you more and more every day. Because ultimately, Lightbringer, you. And as she says this, she places her finger on your chest. You're the reason this has all happened. If only you had been stronger. But you were too weak. Much too weak, Lightbringer. And she starts to pitter-patter away. And she goes, a soul knife. That's a really good thing for her, I think. Can you imagine all the people you could meet? All the folks that you could kill, and no one has to know your name ever. People don't even know that you're capable of such horrific acts. I love it. And she smiles. A big toothy grin.
Thank you.
No, thank you, my dear. If it makes you feel any better, and this technically transpires into the question itself, the person that put your daughter where she's currently at goes by the name of Rixa. Perhaps you've heard of him? Although I don't know why you would. You've never seen anyone of his type before. And I didn't see it in your past. So, who knows?
I'll have to ask around on that.
I hope you do. And if you want more questions, bring me something pure. Allow me to look into your past.
Alright. I will do that.
And that's where we will end tonight's session. Volda Sweet, baby!
You piece of shit.
Volda what?
Volda
Well,
Sweet.
sweet.
What is that?
That's
She's dope.
Not a what, but a who.
Yeah.
She's,
It's
I
Volda
do not
Sweet,
understand.
baby.
I have no idea what
I definitely spelled that very wrong.
Same.
I don't know what you're talking about either.
it's
Actually,
really
hold
spelled,
on, let me...
It's really spelled C-U-I.
Oh, is it C-U-I?
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's, here it is. Volda Sweet. There it is. Boom.
Oh, I spelled the first name right.
That man. I knew he was gonna put her in there.
I told you I was.
What?
I got a-
What is it?
She's a character in Naraka Blade Point, which is a game that
Okay.
Kevin and I have been binging the past couple weeks.
Okay.
She's the character I main, and she's tight.
Yeah.
She's a
She's
water.
literally, yeah.
Actually-
She's a water woman.
Yeah.
So she's actually a pirate queen in the game you guys play?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'm talking free inspiration, baby. Let's go. That's
I have
That's
to
why
look
we
her up
play
now.
games. Oh,
Volda.
she's cool.
We.
But yeah, let me go end the stream. I will be right back. Yeah, Bill, if you want, next time you come over, or I guess next time I go over to your house, I can show you Foundry as long as I got a computer. I can show you how it all works because, yeah, it's tight. And I've done a lot of cool stuff with it. A lot of modules that make it all happen. Like, just look at this. Like, these are all the modules. Obviously, if it doesn't have a check mark. But these are all the modules I have downloaded. So, but yeah, it's definitely clean. I like it a lot. I like the fact that the character sheet, like, it has a dark and a light mode, but, like, excellent. We're here. All of the tabs are fresh. Like, it's really good, really good. And I'll have to show you in person someday. But anyway, appreciate everyone for coming out. Hopefully you had a good old time. And yeah, we'll see you next week. Until then, peace. Take it easy, Bill.